Hi all, Mark Longman here. I was meeting with someone today and we were discussing careers and career options and how we actually identify opportunities or move forward into opportunities, using our skills. How do we actually identify that, this is a transferable skill, or this is what I'm good at and I can apply it in this context. And so I was talking with this person today, and they were telling me that they've identified some things and things that they think they're good at, but just how do you get that confidence to know what the next step is or how you might actually use that? And so for me personally, if I look back at my career, I look back at what were some things that were going well for me, what are things that I did well, or what's a common theme there. And I sort of try and bring it back to maybe three things. So, if you've seen my post on the rule of threes, then you know that I like to operate in threes. I think three is a great number to look at getting some structure and some organisation to things. So if I look back and try and look for sort of three things, well, I've always had jobs that were sort of in service of other people, or trying to actually develop and empower other people. So there's been this sort of theme. So that's, when I was a police officer, obviously I joined to be a police officer to help the community, to provide a service, to support other people. I moved into the not-for-profit sector, again with this thread of sort of service and helping others and developing other people. And I've continued that as I've moved into training roles and organisation development, capability development. So if I'm helping someone with strategy, with coaching, with mentoring, it's all in service of trying to actually empower them and help make a difference in their own life. So there's this common thread through there that I can sort of lean on and go, okay, that's something I'm really good at. I've always been involved in helping other people, supporting other people, and providing opportunities for them to benefit or to develop as a result of that. So that's one of my themes. If I look at a second theme is communication. So, I find it quite easy to strike up conversations with people. I find it quite easy to talk about topics and to have great conversation with people that can just draw out what's actually going on, what is their current reality, what's actually happening for them, and help them to have some light bulb moments of, as a result of that, what are the opportunities that are in front of you? What opportunities can you make or take as a result of that? That communication skill is definitely I'd say a number two. And then thirdly is the coaching, the mentoring, that sort of thread as well. So, I've used these conversations to not ever sort of tell people what I think they should do or what I think they have to do, or, hey, here's what I did, you should do the same thing. It's more, I've really aligned a lot more to a coaching approach, which allows people to identify these options themselves, have a conversation around the pros and cons of each option, and then, develop their own action plan as a result of that evaluation. So which option do they think they like the best, or which one do they feel would be the easiest to tackle now, and coming up with an action plan to meet that. So it's not about what I think, it's not about my own strategy. I'm obviously going to lean on my experience and things that I've learned to help explore some of the pros and cons and explore how we might go about things. But at the end of the day, the decision on what to do, when to do it, and who's going to do it is theirs. And so there's again this coaching and sort of mentoring theme that threads through my life and through my career as well. So it's quite easy for me to sort of break that into those three things. So one is supporting and developing other people. Two is using my communication skills, my ability to have and help steer great conversation. And three, a real coaching approach to problem solving and to opportunity identification, and to really creating some clarity around where you are, where you can go, and the steps that you need to put in place to make that happen. So using those three things, it's quite easy then to explore other opportunities as they come up and look at, okay, is that aligned to these three things that I do really well? So is this opportunity and ability to support and develop other people? Is this opportunity and ability for me to use my strengths of communication and conversation? And three, is this something that I can approach with a coaching mindset and with my coaching strategies to help empower other people to get the most benefit out of this? And so if the opportunity ticks those boxes for me or aligns to those three areas, then I can sort of more easily transfer myself into that role or transfer my skills or demonstrate how it is that I add value to that position or that opportunity that's arisen. So, how do you use this yourself? Well, my what's worked for me is simply just going back and, as I said, exploring those sort of different points in time, and especially at things where I've been energized by things or where things have worked for me, will highlight to me that was obviously something that was working at the time. It was something that made me feel good, or something I was at a time when I was very productive. And I can then examine that and look at what that skill was, or what that experience was, what that taught me. And so by looking back at, okay, what was I able to do in my policing career? What was I able to do as a manager working within the not-for-profit sector? What was I able to do in training and development roles? And then what was I able to do in, organisation capability, organisation development, and, coaching and mentoring others? And that really identifies, well, I look for what's a common thread there, what's a common theme. And if I can identify those three, that's how you can do that. So, go back, look to try and find these three common themes or threads that are evident in your life, and then that gives you a great framework to build upon to look at opportunities that are ahead of you, and how you can use those skills and those things you're really good at, the things that really energize you and give you energy, to actually be part of in some sort of project or career, or some sort of creative opportunity for you. So yeah, try that out, and I'd love to hear how it works for you and how it goes.